This video will give you instructions on how to create a ping pong game in Scratch. The first thing we need to do is put a boundary at the bottom of the stage so that the ball, when it's bouncing around, if it touches the line at the bottom of the stage, will end the game. And the whole idea of the game is to have a little paddle, which is effectively just a straight line, a small straight line that you can move back and forward across the stage to prevent the ball from hitting the bottom. So to do that, we need to go to stage, which we do. And then we need to go to backdrop up here, and we click on the backdrop tab. And we want a red line at the bottom to be our line that we need to protect the ball from. So the way we do that is we select the outline of the color. We want red. And we want it to be a thick line, not a thin one. So I'd suggest at least 12. And then you just need to click the line tool and click on the stage. And there we go. And it should, by dragging the mouse across, draw a line for you. So there's our border line at the bottom. Second thing we need to do is we need to get rid of the cat sprite because we're not using it. So we'll delete that. Right, we do need to add a new sprite, and the sprite will be a little line that we draw. So we're not going to just click on choose a sprite and pick from the images that are stored. We're going up to paint. Now with paint, we want a black line, not a red one, because the two different colors need to be different. And also we want this about 12 too, so that's fine. And we just want to draw a line like something like that. So there's our line. It's not quite centered, but we can fix that in a minute. So if we want to center that, we just need to click on the little arrow key and then click on our whole line, hold down the mouse, and you can see that there's the center. So that's pretty well centered on the screen. Once we've done that, we need to put some code in to be able to program it. And we also want to call this sprite paddle. So we get rid of sprite 1, P-A-D-D-L-E, is paddle. So we need to write some code for our paddle. So just click on paddle and code. And we can see here's our paddle here. So what are we going to put on it? Well, when we start the game, so that is events, start the game, we want a loop that goes forever. So we click on control and do a forever loop. And then what we want to do is we want to be able to set the mouse so that it just goes back and forward across the screen, doesn't go up and down, just back and forth. So how do we do that? We go to motion and we want to go to X because it's horizontal movement. So set X. Now we're not setting it to any particular position. We want it to follow the mouse. So how do we do that? We go to sensing and we pick up mouse X, wherever the mouse is on the X axis or the horizontal, and we drop it in there. So let's just check whether that's working. And you can see there it moves back and forward, but not up and down, which is perfect. Let's move that back into the center. And you can move this anywhere, of course, when you want to start the game. Right, well, once we've got our paddle in, the next thing we need to do is our ball. So let's get a ball. In this case, we'll go to create sprite. And here is a ball here. You could use any ball you like, doesn't matter, but I'm going to pick this one. Okay, so there's our ball. Now the ball is too big. So I'm going to change the size to 70% of the original. You can see that makes it a bit smaller. I also want the ball to start up here so that it's going to be above the paddle when it starts. So the next thing we need to do is to put some code in for the ball.